Hey gel ballers, this is Michael from TacToys, and today I'm going to be taking you through one of our all-time most popular blasters, the M4a1 V8, also known as the Jinming Gen 8. The M4a1 V8 is considered a classic for many reasons. It's one of the best bang for buck blasters out there for newcomers to the hobby. It's simple and reliable, and with a few low-cost mods, it can easily reach over 300 FPS. There's an abundance of internal and external parts available, so if you're just starting off with modding, this is one of the simplest platforms to start on, so we're incredibly excited to be taking you through it today. Let's start with what's in the box. You'll get your magazine, safety glasses, 7.4 volt battery, a battery charger, flash hider, a replica holographic sight, a gel ball growing bottle, and a packet of starter gels. It's worth noting that the starter gels aren't the greatest quality, and we highly recommend using the TacToys branded gels, such as the Milky Whites or the Titan 2.0s, as these gels perform better. Getting straight into the blaster, there is an older version of the V8, which has a clear polycarbonate gearbox and an ABS nylon receiver. The one we have here today, and the only one that we carry, is the updated V8, which has a nylon gearbox and a nylon receiver, which is a huge upgrade compared to the first version of the V8. Assembling and disassembling the V8 is one of the simplest processes out of any of the M4 blasters. To secure the buffer tube or the handguard, there's no screws involved, and they're secure into place with a couple of notch locks. Getting into the gearbox is an easy process, with just removing 13 screws on the receiver and one on the magazine release. Once those screws are removed, the receiver will open up, giving you access to the gearbox and the motor. There are minimal markings on the blaster, however the fire select modes are embossed into the receiver, so they won't be rubbing off anytime soon. To fit in the battery, it's the same as most M4 style blasters. All you need to do is slide the buttstock off, insert the battery into the buffer tube and connect it, and slide the buttstock back on. Just be wary, if you're using longer batteries, you may need to push down on the wiring at the end to make it all fit. The V8 does have a semi-auto fire mode displayed, but it's only capable of full auto fire. For some people this may be a disadvantage, but for me, the simpler your gearbox and wiring is, the less there is to go wrong with it. So if you're chasing reliability, this is a strong contender in that field. The V8 magazine stores approximately 200 gels, and it's widely compatible with many blasters on the market, such as the SLR, ACR, Honey Badger, Scar V2, LTD HK416D, and APS blasters. So it's a great magazine to have in your arsenal. The V8 also has drum mags available for the trigger happy, and it's also compatible with the LTD tracer mag. So if you'd like to use glow gels, there's no need to buy a tracer unit, and you can keep your inner barrel free for the use of a hop-up. Not only is the V8 highly compatible with many magazines, but being based on an M4 platform, there's a variety of accessories available, enabling you to heavily customize your blaster. Due to its compatibility with a wide range of suppressors, sights, grips, torches, lasers, handguards, buttstocks, and even grenade launchers being compatible with the V8. Looking at the internals, the V8 uses its own unique V3 style gearbox, commonly referred to as the Gen 8 gearbox. Internally, there's nylon gears, a 460 short motor, a plastic inner barrel, and a 1.1 spring is used. The fantastic thing about this gearbox is no wires are run through the channels of the gearbox housing, so we won't run into any issues where the bevel gear can strip the outer casing of your wiring harness. And the motor height is fixed, as the 460 motor has its own motor housing that's actually secured to the gearbox. Because the motor height is locked, you won't encounter any motor height slips, which is quite common on blasters using a V2 style gearbox. Additionally, because the wiring harness is so simple and a tactile micro switch is used rather than a trigger trolley, if you strip out your wires or burn out the micro switch, silver wiring harness kits are cheap and readily available and very easy to install on the V8. Let's see how it fires. Before you forget, consider liking, following, and subscribing to TacToys to stay up to date with all the latest news and special offers. We'd highly recommend an 11.1 volt battery upgrade, as the fire rate jumps up to a massive 18 rounds per second. If you want an increase in FPS, we'd highly recommend an upgrade to the O-ring, the spring, and upgrading to an alloy inner barrel, as it's incredibly simple to perform on this blaster. Due to the popularity of the Gen 8, you're spoilt for choice when it comes to upgradability, as there's an abundance of Gen 8 parts available. If you're new to the hobby of gel blasting, want something simple and reliable, want a blaster that can hit 300 FPS with a few upgrades, or you want a platform to work on that has an abundance of parts available, then the M4a1 V8 is for you, and we highly recommend picking up one from us in-store or online today. We're now proud to announce that we have a click and collect option available with over 4,000 collection points across Australia. All you need to do is select click and collect on checkout as your shipping option. At TacToys, we're Australia's largest importer of gel blasters. What does this mean for you? You get the best prices. And if you find it cheaper, we'll beat it by 5%. If you live in Australia, shipping is free to your door. We have multiple payment options, including buy it now and pay it later over 4 installments. There's no interest or fees, and anyone over 18 is instantly approved up to $1,500. Don't waste any more time. Join hundreds and thousands of Aussies in owning a gel blaster. Jump onto our website and get one today. This is Michael from TacToys signing off. Happy blasting.